everyone, September favourites coming at you from a tree house in Tooting Glen Hotel. Not my normal abode, obviously, it's not my house. Who am I talking to, Ted? Ted is 8 months old today. Happy mini birthday, Ted. Micro birthday. Some beauty stuff for you today and one fashion thing. The fashion thing is very new and I am wearing it. Last night, well, in general, I've been a little bit AWOL, I suppose, just because we've been moving, it's been really stressful, we've been trying to find a new house. Everything's just been up in the air and really stressful. So I haven't really been around much. And I definitely haven't been making an effort with anything to do with my appearance or clothing or anything. But for the last couple of nights, or last couple of days, I've been to Paris, and then I was out for a dinner last night and I'm working again this week. And I've been making a bit of an effort. So this was a blouse, it's like a wrap blouse that Hush gave me very kindly to wear to dinner last night. And I wore it with black Zara jegging-y type jeans, like stretchy jeans, if you don't know what jeggings are, and some LK Bennett boots that I've had for a year or so. And I thought I looked quite dapper, really. So I'll stick a little picture of me up there. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, then make sure that you do, because I did Instagram stories last night, and you know, lots of fun little quips. So this is my first favourite, but it's not really a beauty favourite. What's the next favourite, Ted? Oh, lipstick or face oil? Lipstick? Face oil. Now this is such a good cleansing oil. I've got a bottle of this at home as well. It's from Simple and it's called the Hydrating Cleansing Oil. And it's just really quite basic, but it's lovely. And this was £2 from Sainsbury's. You can buy it online. I'll find it online and stick some links in for you. But the ingredients list is actually very, very similar to lots of, should I say, quite a lot more expensive face oils. It doesn't have any sort of fragrance in it, and it's just really nice. So you massage it on, and then I use a damp flannel to take it off again, and it's really good at dissolving makeup. I bought this because I forgot to bring a cleanser with me away, and I've got, you know, 50 odd cleansers waiting to be tested at home, and I thought I'm not paying a fortune for a cleanser when I've got so many at home. So that's why I bought it. But it's really, really good, and it reminded me, so I put it in my favourites. Next favourite, let's have a little look, is this planner. This is from Oh Dear, and I really like their planners. This one's got sort of quite a basic day-to-day thing with objectives and then appointments and times and doodles, which I thought was quite sweet. I mean, I never really stick to these boxes, but I do find it useful to be able to sort of section off notes within the day. And I'm trying to move away a little bit from writing everything in my iPhone, because I have an ongoing list on my iPhone and it's been happening for about 5 years. And when I've done stuff, I delete it off this list in my notes and then I add new stuff to it. But the problem with it is that I feel like I'm never actually achieving anything and nothing ever feels like it's being done, because I wipe something off and it's not like it's got a tick against it, it just disappears. And then the list just keeps on growing. So I thought that if I started writing things down, I'd actually be able to flick through and have a sense of achievement rather than always feeling like I'm not doing enough. So I've started switching to planners, and this one's just really lovely. I love the print and I like the fact that it fits in a handbag, slightly smaller than a massive chunky one. Foundation cushion. As you know, I really quite like these cushions now. I was a bit dubious about them at first, but I find them really easy to travel with for applying foundation, because they've got the mirror in the lid, and then you just sort of pop it open and then you can dab your brush from there and then use the mirror. Now this one, quite a few people were a bit like, ooh, I don't like the hygiene aspect of a cushion because of the mesh or the foam. This one, are you alright there? You're not going to swallow that. You just push this and the foundation comes out, and then you use your brush from there, and you can actually wipe over this bit, even with an antibacterial wipe if you wanted to, in between applications. I feel like I've wasted that now. There's little bubbles of foundation. And this is Guerlain's Lingerie de Peau, which is a really lovely sort of fresh skin radiant, light to medium coverage foundation, and I use 02N in that one. Really like that. And then the other thing I've cracked out of the archives is Chanel Les Beige. Now, I raved about this years ago when it came out, and it is a brilliant, brilliant face powder, just for sort of giving your skin a really polished finish. But, you know, things slip by the wayside. And if I use Chanel Les Beige in a couple of shades darker than what I should do, so this is N30, it actually acts as a really nice pale bronzer. So that's the shade of it. You right there? Drop that one. Have that. And if you have a little look, it just gives the very faintest bit of colour. It's more like I don't know, like a complexion enhancer really than anything else. So look, it's basically a healthy glow powder. That's what it's touted as. And I just think that they're beautiful. And I really like this one for just, if I don't want to look bronzed, I just want to look healthy. And the other thing that sort of goes hand in hand with that is this Real Techniques brush, which I wrote about on my website. Where's it gone? Is it underneath? I wrote about this on my website. It's part of the new Real Techniques powder blur collection, and this is the, I think it's called the face buffing brush or finishing brush. It's the B03. I'll put the link to my website post because it's a good one. But if you ever find that you've over applied your bronzer or everything's starting to look a bit streaky or patchy, you just buff with this, and it just gives the most amazing seamless finish, and also for sort of buffing out sharp lines from contouring and things like that if you've overdone it. So I really think that that's a great one to add to your makeup kit. I've got one last thing. Do you want to be a favourite of mine, Ted? You can be a favourite. The lipstick that I wore on last Sunday, I went to L'Oreal's huge Champs-Élysées show where they shut down Champs-Élysées, and it had all like the supermodels there, and Helen Mirren walked down the catwalk, and Cheryl, and it was really good fun actually. But lots of people asked what lipstick I was wearing, and it's this one, which is L'Oreal. It's the Balmain collection. Don't know whether you've seen these. They've got really gorgeous packaging. And this one is called Urban Safari. I also really like Confession. This one looks like it's too scarily pale when you first put it on. Like if you wore this really opaque, which you could because it's very, very pigmented, then you might feel that it's too pale. And I think that you need a smoky eye as well to set this off really. But I just apply a little bit and pat it on, and it just gives this really pretty sort of 60s look. It's not quite right for, I haven't really got smoky enough eyes today. But it looks really, really great with a dramatic eye look. So you having fun there, Ted? Do you think anyone's actually going to have listened to anything that I've said, or where you're watching a baby? I feel like I should test you on what you've just seen. How about a book? What's this look? So there, those are my favourites. We were supposed to check out about half an hour ago. We don't want to check out because it's absolutely amazing. I'll give you a little whiz round the trees, and it's just idyllic up here, and it's got the hugest bath surrounded by trees just outside the window. So that sort of put a little bit of a spanner in the works of our house hunting, because we've just suddenly decided to revise all of our criteria. We want big windows, and basically we want to live in a tree house. Anyway, off we go. We've got to go and pick up Angelica. I am doing a week in my life this week as well, vlog. So that'll be out next week. Do you want to say goodbye, Ted, even though you can't speak yet? Can you wave? Can you? Make sure that you are subscribed, and I'll put the links to my website and newsletter and things like that below, and Instagram for Instagram stories, and I shall see you next time.